They wanted to see, you heard me, they wanted to see how much it was going to cost to remove the videos.
Right off the bat, you can hear the frustration in Chopper's voice. It wasn't just a simple offer. They tried to pay him off, to silence him from speaking out. They thought money would be enough to make him back down. But Chopper wasn't having it. He wasn't willing to compromise his integrity for a paycheck. In a world where silence can be bought, Chopper showed that some things have no price tag.
It just kind of seemed like it was a little too much. You dig? And I kind of felt, that they felt.
Chopper reveals just how far they were willing to go. They didn't care about the truth or the consequences. They only wanted to cover it all up. To make it disappear. It wasn't just about him, it was about hiding something much bigger. You can feel the weight of the situation. Chopper wasn't just a witness, he was someone who held the key to exposing the truth. And he wasn't going to let them manipulate him into silence.
You heard me? I wasn't even bashing him. Was I bashing him? I wasn't even bashing the guy.
This right here is where we see Chopper's backbone. He wasn't afraid to tell them exactly what he thought. He wasn't going to be bullied into silence, no matter how much money they threw at him. This wasn't about greed or fame, it was about doing the right thing, even when it's the hardest choice. In a world where everyone seems to have a price, Chopper proved that there are some things worth more than money. His truth. His dignity.
Well, I don't know. I was being honest. I was speaking my truth of how I felt about my side of the story of my life in that moment.
Chopper's words here hit hard. They tried to downplay it, to make him feel like it wasn't a big deal. But he saw through the manipulation. He knew that this wasn't just another interview or insignificant story, it was something that could change everything. They were trying to get him to pretend it didn't matter. But Chopper wasn't fooled. He understood the bigger picture. And he wasn't going to let them rewrite history.
I was just in my mind like, wow, that's just the power of the truth, you heard me? That's crazy.
The pressure kept mounting. They didn't care about the truth, they just cared about the outcome. They were relentless, offering money as if that was all it took. They didn't realize that Chopper wasn't someone who could be bought. This wasn't a simple negotiation. This was about control. They wanted to control the narrative, to make it disappear. But Chopper wasn't about to let them dictate the story.
After all those years when they want something done, But when I needed something done in my times, there was no holler. So let's keep it that way.
This statement says it all. Chopper isn't driven by money or fame. He's driven by a sense of duty. He understands the power of the truth and how important it is to share it, no matter the cost. At a time when so many are willing to sell out for a few bucks, Chopper stood tall, refusing to be swayed. It's rare to find people who hold on to their values like that, especially when the stakes are so high. It's not just about the money, it's about the principle. Chopper knew they were testing him, seeing if they could get him to change his stance. They underestimated him. They thought money would sway him, but they didn't understand that his morals were non-negotiable. In a world where people sell their integrity for far less, Chopper stood firm. He wasn't going to let the truth be buried for convenience. He wasn't going to sit back and watch while they tried to cover up the truth. Chopper is crystal clear here. He's not trying to make anyone happy. He's not out to please anyone. He's simply telling his truth, and if people can't handle it, that's not his problem. It's a powerful message, one that a lot of people could learn from. We're all responsible for sharing our truth, no matter who gets uncomfortable. Chopper didn't let fear or intimidation stop him from doing what he knew was right. And here it is, Chopper's final stance. The truth isn't for sale. No amount of money could change that. It's the ultimate statement of integrity. In a world where everything seems to have a price, Chopper's words remind us that there are still some things worth holding on to. He wasn't going to let anyone buy his silence. And that's something to respect. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What would you do if you were in Chopper's shoes? And of course, Make sure to subscribe for more real stories like this. You don't want to miss out.